I think I'm gonna have you put it back, but that's a beauty.
But you know, a table like that, with a little compartment, which is a place where people put things and what have you, a little shelf on the bottom. A table like that attracts a lot of antique collectors.
Doesn't
It has simple design to it. The legs are turned, but they're small.
And they call, I mean, I know that, sometimes I feel like I want to get all like, highbrow on people, but I mean, this is it's a casual table.
It is.
It's called a casual table.
Yeah, because there's not a lot you could do with it outside of what these folks have done here.
Right. Right.
It's perfect. Look at how that tray fits perfect on that table.
It does. And right there in this little spot, because you know what, if you don't have it there, if this isn't here, then they're going to put, I don't know, they're going to put some kind of crappy looking little, like, Pier 1 looking thing, right? Aren't they? So.
Yeah.
All right, you want to shoot me for putting that thing back?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll absorb the pressure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Um,
Hey, well, what else do you see?
Well, you can, in a place like this is what makes our work so good, is that you could do endless little chit-chats about things, because probably most everything has a story behind it, a little history, maybe it's travel, whatever. And it's, look at these two peacocks right here. Now, there has to be a story there. I wouldn't have a clue what it is, and they're not terribly valuable.
And those are, these likely are brass, aren't they?
Those are brass, yeah. And, but they could very easily have a very interesting story.
Right.
So if the owners were here, I would say to them, tell me a little bit about that,
Right.
And that's when you and I go in houses, a lot of times, we're there doing our mechanical stuff, measuring, photographing, documenting, but then I hope you do, just turn to the person and say, what interesting stories do you have to tell us?
Are you questioning me? After this long, are you saying I don't know what I'm doing?
I was putting you under the ground a little bit.
Yes, you are. I learned from the best, man. And the great thing, listen, I have to admit that I do ask those questions to get some provenance, all right?
Absolutely.
To try to get, and to help identify. But I got to be honest with you, there's some people where I don't want to ask one more question, because it's just going to be, it's going to be another 20 minutes, and I just, which is okay. I love to hear people's stories, but it's just that, when you got a whole house left and you really want to get it done in one day, it's just,
Yeah, to dwell on too long on individual things, just eats up the clock.
Yeah, but they, these, like you said, they have stories, and those stories take them back to childhood or whatever, and it's so, it's understandable.
Now, we kind of walked around and past these two black chairs, but these are wingback chairs, high-back wingback chairs, and you'll notice that it's got hobnail trim on it. See the hobnail trim?
Yeah.
And these people were very clever, because rather than having a bright hobnail that just stands out and sort of diffuses the look of this black, it just blends in with it.
Yeah, and the hobnail is, I assume it holds down, of course, it secures the upholstery, but it's also...
Decorative. Truthfully, it's decorative.
Is it decorative?
That chair was already put together, I'm sure, and then they came back with a box of nails and tapped them in. Right. And it's how they tap them in, to maintain the design.
Yeah, right.
But
and I gotta assume that, and I might be wrong, but it's obviously it's a classic piece of furniture, but you don't often see it in black. So I would assume they probably found these chairs and redid, don't you think?
It speaks to the person that decided to put a black chandelier up and a black marble fireplace.
Right.
You can sense that that's one of their favorite colors, if not the favorite color. But once again, it's black and it's white, but look at the colors.
I know.
That just jump out at you.
My thought was that that they probably have more money in the reupholstery and the fabric than they do the original purchase. Don't you think?
Yeah, these two chairs, a pair of chairs like this, I'd have to turn them upside down and really get into them to see, but they're not old at all.
Right.
So whatever this cover is, which is a really nice feeling cover, probably was more expensive than the chair. That's exactly the point.
But you know what,
Absolutely.
it's a classic look, especially the pair right by the fireplace, isn't it? That's a classic.
Well, and you know, they probably, when they bought these chairs, and let's assume that they had them reupholstered, they had that exactly in mind, that look.
Yeah.
Whether it was the chicken or the egg first, the marble fireplace or the chairs or whatever, doesn't matter.
Right,
It blends so well together.
right. I like it. What else, what
Well,
else?
we got a chandelier over there by the groupie, but that's a pretty standard chandelier. And of course, you know, the black onyx chandelier, I think that's one of
Yeah.
the highlights of this room right here.
You know, I'm glad you said that it's pretty standard, because after I already told you that I've worked so hard on my chandeliers, I don't think I'm going to walk over there and get under the gun on that one, because I'm not feeling real good about that one from here.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll stand here, you walk over there, and you tell me anything you want, and I'm going to believe it, because I can't see that far.
You know what? I like that about you. And you know what? I like it. I like when we can do appraisals and we can say that and people feel that way about us too. Like you just tell me, right? I believe
But
it.
we always say with a smile.
That's right. That's right. All right. Let's wrap it up. You think?
Yeah, I think we've, I mean, we could spend a career here. I mean, there's so much, but it's very nice.
Good job.
Good job.
Another one. All right.